got a guest analyst, public affairs analyst, Foluso Olapo. Yes, good morning and thanks for joining us on the show today.
Yes, thank you for trying to forget my name. But thank God you
Can I
remembered
even
it
do
too.
that? Can I forget your name? Welcome. So, I like
Yeah,
us. Yes, please.
good morning this morning, everybody. And how is Lagos?
Fine.
Lagos is fine. And how is Ibadan?
Very well, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you. So let's begin with taking a look at this, headline on the front page of the Punch, the middle strip. It says federal government suspends registration for 40,000 naira rice. Mind you, this was meant for civil servants alone. I remember when we had you on the platform not too long ago, you were asking, where is this rice in the first place? So you can't even find it, and now they are suspending the sale of this rice. This is supposed to be palliative, right? What's your take on this?
Well, to be sincere, I'm short of words, and I don't know what to say anymore. Especially because it appears the federal government just playing with people's lives. Because if a person doesn't eat, it could lead to a whole lot of things, including ill health and eventually death. So the federal government promising that it's going to crash the price of rice. In fact, they said it was on sale for 40,000 naira. That was what the federal government said. And it was when people were saying they can't find it that they changed their words. That now it is for civil servants or public servant, as they call it, alone. So now even for the and later they said, okay, for civil servants and they should come and register. Now they are now saying it's been suspended. The question to me is this: is the federal government just speaking on emotion or things that they felt might interest people, might make people happy, without providing that which they are telling us will happen? And that is why the former vice president said the president appears, the federal government appears to be using propaganda, even in its government. But to me, I think it's right. Because when you are giving what you don't have, and you are saying that which you don't have is in existence, then that is a white lie. And to that extent, it should not hold. But I think the federal government should do better. They could actually make sure that what they want to tell us is in existence, or that they are already doing it, or they confirmed that it's in the public. In fact, it is better, it is even the public that is calling them that we appreciate you gotten this. So federal government didn't even announce it, but it is happening. So it is better that way than just telling us something that is not in existence, and at the end of the day, it's like when I was reading a book, this book, The Forest of 1,000 Demons. There is this character, the lead character was talking about Ojulofiri Onimba, that you can just see it with your eyes, but you cannot eat it. I think that's what federal government is trying to do with Nigeria. They can hear it with their ears, but it cannot even reach them. And that is an unfortunate thing. The federal government is supposed to be our father, and is supposed to ensure that the welfare of the people are guaranteed, as is stated by the Constitution, Section 14, that the welfare and security of the people is the essence of government. So if the government is unable to meet that, then to that extent, there is no government.
Very well said.
All right, let's switch gears. This story that is brewing up, this invasion by unknown men into NLC headquarters. Now, NLC in the papers, NLC are giving the DSS today to make a statement. But let's get your thoughts first. What do you think? What is really happening? Nigerian Labour headquarters in Abuja being raided. What is really happening?
Well, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because we are having unknown DSS again. Like the Afrobeat minstrel and grandfather, Fela said we have unknown soldier, we have unknown police, we have unknown civilians. So it is Nigeria that everything unknown is coming up because the DSS said they were not the one that invaded that office. And Agbon said, Etamudunse, Ojo Olokore, Gudugudu. The actors are denying, but the evidence is there that such things will happen. So who do we now hold? It's very unfortunate. And if that actually happens, because I can't say whether or not, because the DSS are denying that. So if actually it happens, then it means that probably we are going back to the era of dictatorship. Like I said on this platform earlier, maybe some time ago, that protest is a guaranteed right in Nigeria. And there's the freedom of speech too. If you could remember, the NSC itself did not join the protest, but it was the high-handedness, the killing of some people and some other things that made, especially after Mr. President's speech, which appears to be just so watery that every one of us were very angry to even stay up and listen, wake up that early and listen to him. And unfortunately, he did a second address. That one was even worse than the first one. So I do not really know or understand whether this government is pro-people. Mr. President or whoever wrote those speeches, I think they just like to listen to themselves. And I will always advise, it is better Mr. President advises advisors to advise them well, or to do away with them entirely so that they can form a new group that can actually deliver the dividends of democracy to Nigeria. It is unfortunate that some people went to invade the NFC's office. At least they are not even part of the protesters in the first place. So why would anybody begin to do that? But let's keep our fingers crossed and see how it plays out.
But legally, what does the Constitution has to say about this? What can the NLC, how can they approach this legally if they want to seek a legal redress? What can they do?
Of course, they should go to court to enforce their fundamental rights. They have a fundamental right to freedom of speech. It is a guaranteed right under our Constitution. If it were because of and you know they have been protected too under international law, under the International Labour Organization's or whatever it is. So they have protections both internationally and locally. And to that extent, that is why they even have the power to begin to give the DSS ultimatum for them to talk. So they could go, the DSS is an organization, is a how do I put it, artificial human being, and they can be sued, of course. So DSS can be sued, and where they are found guilty, they will be made to pay the necessary compensation or damages, as we call it in law, even to NSC. So what I think NSC should do is to approach the court to enforce their rights, so the freedom of speech.
All right. Let's take a look at this culture of not continuing was a government's predecessor started. In fact, the case in point is this one. It's a headline on the front page of The Guardian. It says, billions in drains as Southeast struggles with abandoned mega projects. What's your take on this?
Well, it's unfortunate that most governments, do not really continue with their predecessors' projects, and there might be a reason for that. some of them might just be a white elephant project.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, let's say the president was unable to get a second term, and an incoming government, probably from another party or probably from their own party, saw it that the coastal route from Calabar to Lagos, Lagos to Calabar, is just a white elephant project. So it might not do anything regarding it. But there are some other projects too that are very good. For instance, the Ajakuta Steel Mill.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Ajakuta Steel Mill has been there since the Second Republic, 1970, the Second Republic, 1979 to 1983. And if successive governments were to be on their toes, they would have completed that project and make it happen. And that is one thing I like about Mr. Buhari. He ensured that some of the projects started by even the president from another party, he completed it, especially the railway between Lagos and between Abuja and Kaduna. And today that project is working, and there are other ones too that he did. So government is a continuum. It is unfortunate that our governors don't know that. They know, but they just thought that they should do their own project too. They want to have names. At the end of the day, we have uncompleted projects scattered all over the place. And to what extent, no, wasting the people's resources. Because
I think the network.
it's not the,
Okay. Foluso Olapo, are you there? We would have to have him later. The network is really not doing justice. I wanted to get his thoughts on this forensic audit going on in NNPCL and what he thinks or what he hopes to achieve from this whole forensic report. Whether we would even get any transparency in this. I even wonder why the National Assembly has not opened a whole investigation on NNPCL to really know what is going on. This NNPCL has, the former Minister for Petroleum, Veziani, we still don't know, we are still trying to investigate and know to what extent the amount that was mismanaged and every other allegations that is against us. So this is something, and this is from Jonathan's administration. After Jonathan, we've had former President Buhari, and we are in Tinubu's administration. So what has happened since that administration till now? What is really going on? So I think we should also be prepared. We should probably have some shock absorber for all this. But let's quickly get Foluso Olapo back. Welcome back, Foluso Olapo. I think we had a bit of network issue there.
Yes. I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, so please,
So
before you react to Olumide, can you just land with the very important points you were making before you react to what Olumide just said?
Okay, I was trying to say that there should be a law mandating successive government and that to continue the project that is left by that the former government. Then secondly, that this issue of what is it called, immunity be removed even from such governments, from such governors that refuse even to do that, because they are wasting people's money, and they should not just do that and go scot-free. They should be punished for economic sabotage.
All right, thank you very much. Shortly before we go, and in less than a minute, let's talk about this forensic report or forensic audit going on in the NNPCL. What are your thoughts about it? This is an institution that even since the days of former President Jonathan, we've not heard anything. We don't even know how much is coming in, going out, what is going into the Federation account, what is really happening. The president just waded into the whole tussle between NNPCL, that's Mele Kyari and Dangote. So what are your thoughts? What are your hopes regarding this forensic audit?
It's not only Dangote and Mele Kyari, NNPCL. It includes other government agencies like the downstream sector. I don't know. That agency has a very long but the downstream regulatory authorities,
Mm.
you know, their boss spoke to that Dangote's refinery is 45% complete and all that. Blah, blah,
Mm.
blah. It is between, to me, I think it is between government and Dangote. And that is why I concluded then that uh, what the government is doing by way of the marketing Dangote is a two-edged sword.
Mm.
That, you know, while it is the marketing Dangote, is the marketing the economy too.
Mm.
Because anyone that want to come and invest in Nigeria will first look at what is being done to their own citizens. Like it said in The Gods Are Not to Blame, it said if crocodiles will eat their own eggs, what will they not do with with the flesh of a frog? So if Nigerian government can do that to its own, then what would they not do to a foreign?
Mm.
So to me, I do not have faith in the probe, but at least I'm just hoping against hope that something good might come from that. But if it doesn't come, I will not be surprised because there have been several probes that did not see the light of day.
Thank you very much, Foluso Olapo. We do appreciate your thoughts, and of course, we do hope to hear from you again.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it too. Do have a very nice weekend.
You too.
And don't forget to send my coffee too.
Definitely, we will.
Yeah.